Okay, here we go. So number one, your directions say tell whether the two triangles are similar. Explain your reasoning. Explaining your reasoning cannot be just showing your work. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Nod your head. That would totally work for me. I'm okay with that as long as you back it up with work. So what you want to do on these problems is match up the sides. So if I say this side right here, this one would match what from the other triangle? Okay, perfect. To write it, let's just put it as a fraction. So that would be 1/8. And we're going to see if that is proportional to another setup. How about this one? 1/6. And then check your third side, even though maybe you already have an answer in mind. Third side would be 2 to what? 2 to 10. You've got to match up every side, see if they're proportional. Okay, one hand in the air. Do you think these are similar? Does this 1/8 equal this 1/6 equal this 2/10? Actually, why don't you shake your heads? Yes or no? What do you think? Similar or no? Not similar. I totally say no with you. Good job shaking your heads. Can anybody defend themselves though? Why? Why is this no? Go ahead, Michaela. How come?
Because 1/8 is actually smaller than 1/6.
Totally. This one's smaller. If we simplify this 2/10, what would it be? This would be 1/5. I would say none of those are equal, right? Those are not the same thing. They literally have to be exactly the same thing. So this one, number one, big time. No. Okay, next one, number two. Will you hold up 2 fingers, please? I want to make sure you get this on the quiz grades. If you have questions like this on the quiz, you need 2 answers. It asks for perimeters and areas. Now, when I taught this to you, we did sides first. So comparing the sides, you've got to pay attention to your directions. Because it's either going to be 25 to 18 or 18 to 25. Something in the directions tells you which one it is. Alyssa, what do you notice? Shaded to non-shaded. So which number is the shaded one? So 25 comes first. So we would have 25/18. And then we went to our perimeter. Okay, do you remember how to go from sides to perimeter? Go ahead, Gabe, do you remember? That's area, Gabe. Save that. We'll come back to you for area. Alex, do you remember what to do for perimeter, for the ratio? Simplify it. All right, 25/18. Can we simplify this? Does something go into both? Okay, the key is you've got to simplify. If you can simplify, do it. This one, we can't. So our perimeter is 25/18. Easy enough. Okay, so here comes the area. Gabe, will you tell us again, what did you think for area? What do we have to do? Perfect. He said for the numerator, 25 times 25. For the denominator, 18 times 18. Use square for the area. So bust out those calculators and help me out. So 25 squared, which is 25 times 25. Shout out, guys. What is it? 25. Perfect. All right, bottom. 18 squared, which is 18 times 18. Types it in, types it in, type it in. Max, what'd you get? 324. Okay, last question for you. Which 2 are your answers? Maddie, which ones do I circle for my answer? Perimeter is one answer. Area is the other answer. Oh wait, I thought I saw a hand in there. Is there a question? Kaylee, question?
So for when you did the sides and you said simplify it, when I simplified it, I did it like I got a mixed number and I did 1/7/18.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. Okay, so Kaylee said that when she did the sides and she tried to simplify it, she changed the perimeter to a mixed number. I wouldn't. Leave it as an improper fraction, Kaylee, so then you can complete the area. Nice and easy. So it's okay to have improper fractions on this. Did any of you get all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Sweet. How many of you, now that I've seen it, I understand all 3 of them? Okay, mark these out of 1.5. Again, today's is worth 1.5. Okay, reminder, this is on the warm-up, but let's do another one. If you had a triangle, right triangle, and a right triangle, at the moment, do they look similar? Okay, they're both right triangles, but let me just make up some numbers in here. What if this is 3, and this is 6, and this is 4, and this is 8, and this is 5, and this is 11? Are these similar?
No.
How do you know already? Caleb, thanks for raising your hand. How come? It's because of the 11. Back yourself up. So you're saying this is the problem? Okay, guys, how do you go from 3 to 6? Times by 2, 4 to 8, 5 to 11? Well, we know it's not times by 2, right? So there you go. These two are not similar. So check out that kind of stuff. What else was on the? Oh, we did a perimeter area. So what if you have a rectangle that's like, I don't know, 2 by 5, and another rectangle that is, I don't know, how about, we just know 15 right there. Okay, I would say 3 things at a time. Sides, perimeter, area. So first, compare the sides. Looking at this picture, I'd say there's only one comparison you can do. You're missing information. So can I get a hand in here? What's your first comparison on this? Michaela, what would you do? Oh, sorry, we're on the rectangles.
Oh, sorry.
5 and 15, because we don't know what compares to this too. It's missing, so sides would be 5 over 15. Check. Now comes the perimeter. This really matters. Young, you staying with us? Don't close your eyes. Perimeter, you gotta do something with the sides. Do you remember what to do with the sides? Alex, do you remember?
1/3.
1/3, where did that come from?
Divide them both by 5.
Divide by both by 5. Don't forget to simplify. When you simplify the perimeters, it makes the areas a lot easier. Because when it comes to the areas, and in there, do you remember what to do for the areas? Go ahead, Max, what do we do? Perfect, times them both by themselves. Fantastic, keep going. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Don't forget to put 2 answers on this. How many of you thumbs up? I'm good with the triangle question. The similar or not similar? Okay, how about the rectangle? Thumbs up. How many? I'm good with those ones too. Don't forget to simplify if you can simplify. Okay, I'm going to put one more up there and we're going to take the quiz. Challenge question. Okay, read it first and then let's do it together. Okay, this little guy, how long does it take us to plant it? 10 minutes to plant that little guy. All right, planting a garden, is that representing area or perimeter? It would be area, right? Because you plant the whole thing, you don't just plant on the outside of it. Might be kind of cool garden, but kind of weird at the same time, right? So area is going to represent planting a garden. So what we need to do first is compare the sides, and then we'll get to area. So I want a hand in the air. It's kind of giving away in this. Tyler, how would you compare the sides? I agree with you. 3 over 10. Stop and check. Can you simplify that? So what's the perimeter ratio? You did area. Perimeter is just this simplified. But is it already simplified, guys? Alright, so let's just put perimeter 3 over 10. And then Tyler told us the area. Guys, did you hear Tyler? Did you hear what he said?
Yes.
What is it?
9 over 10.
Yes! 9 over 100, Caleb. Don't forget to do 10 times 10. So 3 times 3 is 9, 10 times 10, 100. Okay, you getting this on your pink sheet? Stay with me. You have one more step. Because somehow we've got to put that 10 minutes in there. So we've got this ratio 9 over 10. Let's set up a proportion. That's going to equal something over something. We've got to put the 10 minutes somewhere. It's either got to go in the numerator or the denominator. Was the 10 minutes for the little garden or the big garden?
No.
It was for the little garden, right?
So top.
So the top goes in the numerator. Corresponds with this one. So 10 minutes up here. X right there. Okay, write down the setup. Grab your calculators. Solve it. It's kind of a weird, interesting number. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to take 111.11 what to plant this garden?
8.
Minutes to plant the garden.
111.
How many of you got 111.11? Okay, good work.